Imagine, you step outside at night, but instead of a dark, starlit sky, you're greeted by a colossal, radiant ring that encircles the heavens. It shimmers like an eternal beacon, silent, mesmerizing, and infinite. But here's the real question. What if Earth had rings like Saturn? Would they drench our nights in an unworldly glow? Could they dictate our weather, rewrite human history, or shape the very fabric of life on Earth? Would humanity's journey to the stars even be possible? Or, in the ultimate twist, would we even exist? The answers might reshape how you see the impossible. Imagine a vast, frozen highway in the sky, a celestial marvel made of ice and rock stretching like a luminous ribbon across the horizon. At night, the rings shine with an unearthly light, their glowing fragments casting flickering shadows across the land. At sunrise, they ignite in fiery reds and glowing oranges, turning the dawn into a masterpiece of celestial art. At midday, they fade into a pale spectral scar etched into the heavens. In a world like this, true darkness would never exist. The stars' timeless guide would be obscured, leaving humanity without the celestial map we once trusted. But the changes wouldn't stop at the sky. This would be a fundamentally different Earth. A ringed Earth wouldn't just look alien, it would be alien. The reflective rings would bathe the world in an eerie glow. Imagine stepping into a world where nights are bright, the stars are hidden, and the very concept of darkness doesn't exist. Would ancient humans, unable to map the skies, have ever mastered navigation? Without the stars, would they have pondered the universe or dared to dream of worlds beyond Earth? The rings could block direct sunlight from regions, casting vast areas into shadowed cold while others roast under unrelenting heat. Forests might become deserts, polar ice caps could grow uncontrollably, and delicate ecosystems could collapse. Civilization itself might never stabilize, with humans endlessly migrating to escape the shifting climates. Imagine witnessing solar eclipses not once in a lifetime, but multiple times a month. The rings would repeatedly block the sun, plunging nations into cycles of ominous darkness. What would this do to ancient beliefs? Would the rings be revered as gods, feared as omens, or blamed for inexplicable catastrophes? Uneven solar heating could plunge weather systems into turmoil. Hurricanes, powered by unmatched force, could rage for months. Tornadoes might become an everyday threat while floods reshape continents. Could life withstand a planet of permanent, unstoppable storms? It's sobering to imagine that in this alternate reality, the Earth we know and love might not be ours at all. What if Earth's rings existed since the dawn of time? Could the rings have chilled the planet, making it impossible for primitive life to survive, let alone evolve? Could ancient civilizations, lost in the haze of reflected light and unable to chart the stars, have failed to develop navigation and never advanced? Would humanity, destined for exploration, be confined to the cradle of Earth, minds unable to dream beyond the glowing, unreachable sky? An Earth adorned with rings isn't just a different place. It's a world that might have snuffed us out long before we ever got a chance to ask, what's beyond the horizon? While nature denied Earth its celestial ornaments, humans have already imagined creating our own. Some scientists have speculated about artificial rings, skybound belts of satellites or asteroid debris designed to serve us. These rings could channel limitless solar energy, a megastructure reflecting light to help power civilizations. They might act as defensive shields guarding the planet from rogue asteroids. But as with all human ambitions, there's a darker side. Could artificial rings crash down as fiery storms of debris, obliterating cities in their wake? Would they turn Earth into an overheated hellscape, making the surface uninhabitable? Could these human-made creations become barriers that lock us inside Earth forever, severing our ability to explore space, the very thing that makes us human? The dream of building our own rings might come with a terrible cost, one we can barely comprehend. A ringed Earth would be a masterpiece of cosmic splendor, but at what price? Would such a planet be a dazzling paradise of light or a chaotic prison where life struggles to survive? Would you trade the stars, their stories, their guidance, their timeless beauty, for a sky of eternal shimmer and shadow? As you ponder, remember, Sometimes the simplicity of a dark, infinite sky might be the greatest gift of all. Let me know below, would you want to live on a ringed Earth? And if questions like these ignite your imagination, like subscribe and ring the bell to journey deeper into the extraordinary. There's always more waiting to be uncovered.